Hello everyone, I'm Virginia. Welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. So today I'm going to do the third part in my Moving to LA series and talk about the things that you will love and hate about living in LA. Besides the obvious, like loving the weather and hating the traffic, I wanted to give a list of 5 things that you will hate and 5 things that you will love about living here. So here we go. First, I'll start with a few things that you'll hate. So first up on the list, I have smogging. Now, why would I include this? It's because California and Los Angeles have some random things that you're going to have to pay for that don't apply in any other state. For example, with smogging, you have to take your car in every couple of years to get an air quality check, which obviously comes with some extra costs. So next up, I would include meeting people. Meeting people and making friends can work a little bit differently here, and you're not likely to run into someone at a random event and make friends. So it can be difficult to make friends on a regular day-to-day basis. So what I would recommend is finding activities and events where you can find people with similar interests and hobbies to you. Other than work, I would say these events are probably the best ways to meet new people. So another thing on the list of things that you will hate about living in LA is higher prices on certain things. You will find higher gas prices, housing prices, and taxes. So I've found that in California, gas usually costs at least $1 more than it does in other places. Another expense that you'll find is on parking. If you're in downtown and you're parking along the street or going to the mall in Santa Monica, you are definitely going to pay for parking. And unfortunately, many of the schools here also charge their students for parking. So another thing that's up on the list of things that you might hate is the fact that you need to have a car. And if you don't have a car, you might find that the public transit in California is quite possibly some of the worst in the world. I find that it's not very user-friendly, has poor connections, and gets off schedule quite often. Also, if you haven't seen my other video on the most ideal places to live in LA, then you might want to check out my other video, which I'll link above. I would say the final thing on the list of things that you might hate about LA is simply the pressure and the stress. Many people come here hoping to succeed in their careers, but it is a very high stress and expensive place to live, and many find themselves overwhelmed. I find that it helps if you have a good network of friends and try and keep a healthy and balanced lifestyle. Now, I have 5 things that you'll probably love about living in Los Angeles. So first up on the list is the fact that you can go to the beaches, mountains, or deserts without having to fly across the country. All of these places are within driving distance. And if you're looking for a city, suburb, or farm type feel, all of those are within driving distance as well. So second up on the list of things that you might love is that you don't have to buy any heavy-duty snow gear if you don't want to. Though it can get a little chilly in the winter, if you're living here, you won't require any heavy boots, coats, snow tires, or anything like that. So next up on the list is that you should find that you have a cheaper utility bill. Unless you're living in a really old building, you should find that your utilities stay pretty stable throughout the year because the weather stays about the same. I've lived some places where the utilities can run $800 a month, and in many places, that's an entire month's rent. Also on the list of things that you might love are cheaper prices on food and clothing. Fresh food is not taxed in California, so you should be able to find some pretty good options without having to pay too much. Also, like I said, because you don't need heavy-duty boots and coats, you should find that your clothing budget is considerably cheaper. Finally, on the list of things that you might love about living in LA is that jobs that might seem unattainable in other places are just regular jobs here. In LA, being an actor or a director is just another job, and you'll meet people from all over the world with similar dreams and interests as you. So, if you think that there's anything that I missed about things to love or hate about living in LA, then feel free to leave a comment down below. If you haven't seen my other video on 5 things that you need to do before you move to LA, then go ahead and check out the video that I have linked. If you found this video helpful, then feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.